Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well, still do. Salutations to the Akim on the highways and the hedges, four corners, preaching this word with truth and sincerity. Shalom to all you sincere listeners. I was just meditating in the spirit, watch a couple of apostles, elders videos, watch a couple of brothers, diligent brothers, elders, and various Akim live stream. I gotta watch GMS sharpeneth iron, because I missed it. So I care for that, but I'm gonna watch it, Lord's will. And, right now, just the topic of this lesson gonna be that we in the brink, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, if you will. Why do I say that? Because you see, the government we're like what, day 33, 34? Maybe 35 even, and the government shut down. SNAP benefits, they've been postponed, but through the spirit, that's just to get people lulled to sleep or on edge about their benefits, so that Esau could come in with the martial law and the implementation of this RFID microchip to be mandatory, which is the marker of the beast, written about in Revelation the 13th chapter. Also, Apostle Dahar deemed this year, 2019, the year Karagma, and through the spirit, of course, wise man, because as you can see, this chip is already here. We're just going to get some precepts, Lord's willing, is be edifying. To be honest, this place, Babylon, aka America, is going down, but not to mention that with the SNAP benefits thing, I always brought that up because people are really, some people depend on it, some people don't. But either way, it's a nice plot from Esau to cause a distraction. So his main agenda is to start killing off Jake. That's part of Jacob's trouble as well. I'm kind of near the airplanes, as you can see, Satan. But I'm going to try to play this video that has to do with part of Jacob's trouble. And those women to be edifying, I'm going to get some precepts.
How rough and tough can you be when you got 11 or 12 people who want to put a noose around your neck and hang you to your death?
And to be honest, just for future reference, this is the Elder Inop's video. GMS ISAL 444. Very, very informative and diligent brother. So I suggest you read and watch him. He's very edifying, and I'm gonna just play it.
There's a reason he brings up nooses. It's not just a figure of speech.
This is the picture of the noose that I found the night that I was at work on my shift.
According to a lawsuit now pending against GM, this is one of at least 5 nooses discovered at their workplace in separate incidents. The suit also claims there were signs that blacks were not welcome there. Whites only scrawled on a bathroom wall, along with swastikas on bathroom stalls, and niggers not allowed scratched or written on bathroom walls.
So as you can see, Esau showing Esau, also known as the devil that the Bible speaks of, he's showing his horns. There's another brother Aram from Mysteries of the Kingdom, and he actually did a video called that. Esau showing the devil showing his horns, and it's true. This is Esau's version of making America great again. And through the spirit, that a lot of Israel is going to bug out. When I say Israel, I'm pertaining to you blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And clearly, you can see I'm talking about that, because who else was nooses made for, huh?
This was saying, you don't belong here. This was saying, if you stay here, this is what could possibly happen to you.
In this struggling town, Brooks and Boyd didn't want to leave their 6-figure jobs. Brooks has 8 children. Boyd takes care of his mother, who is an amputee. Now, they and 7 others have sued GM for allowing an underlying atmosphere of violent racial hate and bullying. When did you notice overt racism?
Well, when an employee that was under me, he told me that back in the day, a person like me would have been buried with a shovel.
He said what to you?
That was a death threat, and I was told to push that to the side.
Boyd says he reported the incident.
He admitted to it, and I was pulled to the side and said, if you want to build relationships here, you just let things go, he'll be all right.
But he says the threats got worse. Were you afraid for your life?
Definitely. That's why I left.
When the noose appeared in March of 2017, Derek Brooks says he reported it to upper management. He was sure he was the intended target, but says he was told to investigate by questioning his employees.
It felt like a slap in the face. It did, but I had to be professional.
Brooks and other black employees also noticed being called Dan.
I thought they just mispronounced my name for Derek. Then later I find out that Dan was an acronym for dumbass nigga.
General Motors sent us a statement insisting discrimination and harassment are not acceptable and in stark contrast to how they expect people to show up at work. We treat any reported incident with sensitivity and urgency and are committed to providing an environment that is safe, open, and inclusive.
And as you can see, House Negroes is scared. Why? Because they got implemented into the system. You can watch the rest of the video. I'm gonna just get a couple of precepts. I don't want to make this too long. Then just close it out. As you can see, this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, as we said, as I was saying from before. And only a small fraction of us is gonna make it out of it. Lord's will, I'll be part of that number. So get a couple of precepts real quick. Because this is all biblical prophecy. Start off in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, 12th verse. Just to get things going, so you know who the devil is. This is just in case you got misconstrued about the devil being so-called white man, which is Esau in the Bible. And this is more evidence that he is. And anybody that says otherwise, you're gonna get destroyed. Verse 12 from Revelation 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, and as you can see, clearly he has a short time for what? To rule over you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because contrary to popular belief, America wasn't created for the children of Israel to thrive. America was created as the captivity for the children, for the Israelites. Now, granted, you're gonna have some of us that thrive in this society because that's just Jake. That's the nature of Jake. Jake is God's favorite children, so he's supposed to thrive. But for Satan. But for Satan, how would you put it? But for the majority of us, it's going to be hell. I'm gonna get another precept. Potato to the devil. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And what are his devices? As you can see, the social media, the TV, the radio. This is Esau trying to establish fear into the minds and the lives of you Israelites, because he knows that he has but a short time. Because ever since the waking up of the prophets, starting with our forefather Abba Bivens, who if your spirit can receive it, is Elijah the prophet, pertaining to the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter. Ever since he woke up and the Lord rose him up, you know, he's been bearing fruit start down to the David, which is a great millstone, you know, because the house of David was the house that the Lord was dealing with, and not only that, that was the house that defended Israel, and there's no other house that defends Israel better and more efficient and truer than GMS. Point blank, period. Anybody say anything otherwise, you're going to get destroyed. and you're a fucking liar. Excuse my Italian. You know? Yet another precept pertaining to these devils, real quick. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Yeah, and as you can see, this is the case. You know, Lord's willing, I'll make a part 2. Shalom for now.